If you woke up tomorrow with $0, would your financial life be over? On February 17th, 2026, my friend Daniel did exactly that. 32 years old, laid off from a mid-level operations job, $4,800 in credit card debt, $19,000 car loan, $0 invested. News headlines screaming about AI replacing jobs and markets at all-time highs. He told me, "I think I missed my window." That belief is where 90% of people lose. Not in the market, but in their mind. Because starting from zero isn't a disadvantage. It's a clean slate. Over the next 18 months, Daniel didn't gamble on crypto. He didn't chase stock tips. He followed a 5-phase blueprint designed for modern economic reality. Here's exactly what he did. And what I would do if I had to start from nothing in 2026. Phase 1. Become a debt elimination machine. Before investing a single dollar, Daniel attacked the invisible anchor dragging him backward. His highest interest credit card charged 24%. At that rate, $4,800 becomes nearly $9,000 if paid slowly. That's a guaranteed negative return of 24%. Meanwhile, the stock market historically returns about 10% annually before inflation. Trying to invest while holding 24% debt is like pouring water into a bucket with a hole twice as large. So he used the avalanche method. Listed debts by interest rate, highest first. Paid minimums on everything, threw every extra dollar at the highest rate balance. He sold unused electronics, downgraded subscriptions, took short-term overtime shifts. Within 5 months, the credit card debt was gone. Guaranteed 24% return. Risk-free. Most people want investing to feel exciting. At this stage, boring is profitable. Phase 2. Build the financial fortress. Here's where most people fail. They pay off debt and immediately start buying stocks. Then life happens. Car repair, medical bill, job instability. If markets drop 20%, which historically happens every few years, and you're forced to sell, you permanently lock in losses. So Daniel built a 3-month survival buffer. Bare bones expenses, $2,800 per month. Target, approximately $8,400 in cash. He parked it in a high-yield savings account, earning around 4%. Is 4% exciting? No. But this isn't investment capital, it's psychological insulation. When he finished this phase, something changed. He negotiated differently. He applied to higher-paying roles without fear. He stopped operating from desperation. That confidence compounds just like money. Phase 3. The tax waterfall. Most beginners open a brokerage app and start buying. That's a silent mistake. Daniel followed this order instead. 1. Contribute to his 401k up to employer match. 100% instant return. 2. Max Roth ERA. 3. Contribute to HSA, triple tax advantage. 4. Increase 401k contributions further. 5. Only then use taxable brokerage. Why? Because taxes quietly destroy wealth. If $10,000 grows to $100,000 over 30 years, in a taxable account, a 15 to 20% capital gains tax could cost approximately $18,000. In a Roth IRA, $0 in taxes on qualified withdrawals. Same investment, different outcome. Purely because of account location. This is how you optimize compounding without increasing risk. Phase 4. Boring index funds. Beat ego. Now Daniel had. No high-interest debt. Emergency buffer tax. Advantaged accounts open, he had $600 per month available to invest. This is where most people overcomplicate things. He didn't try to outsmart Wall Street. Spiva data consistently shows over 80 to 90% of active fund managers fail to beat basic index funds over long periods. If professionals with teams and research budgets struggle to outperform, what are the odds of doing it after work with YouTube tips? Instead, Daniel used a core satellite strategy. 90% in low-cost total market index funds, 10% for speculation, if desired. If the speculative portion doubled, great. If it went to zero, his plan survived. This scratches the psychological itch without derailing the machine. At a historical 10% average return, $600 per month invested for 10 years becomes roughly $115,000. Not flashy, but repeatable. Phase 5. Income is the real accelerator. This is where the timeline changes dramatically. You can only cut expenses so far, but income? No ceiling. Daniel realized something important. He didn't have an investing problem. He had an earning problem. He performed a skill audit. In his industry, data reporting and automation were highly valued. He spent 1 hour per night learning advanced Excel and basic data analytics using free resources. 6 months later, he leveraged that skill into a role paying $18,000 more annually. That salary increase raised his 401k contributions, increased employer match, increased future raise percentages, accelerated savings rate. Now he was investing $1,400 per month instead of $600. At 10% annual returns, $1,400 per month for 10 years, approximately $270,000. Income growth multiplied the compounding effect. Budgeting alone would never have achieved that. What happened? After 18 months, debt-free, $9,000 emergency fund intact, $32,000 invested, higher paying job, no financial anxiety, not because of market timing, because of systems. The complete blueprint. If I start at 0 in 2026, 1. Eliminate high-interest debt, avalanche method. 2. Build 3 months of survival expenses in cash. 3. Use the tax waterfall 401k match to Roth IRA to HSA to max retirement accounts. 4. Invest primarily in low-cost index funds using a core satellite approach. 5. Aggressively upgrade income skills. This isn't glamorous, it's not viral, but mathematically it works. The biggest misconception about wealth building is that it requires brilliance. It requires discipline. The market doesn't reward excitement, it rewards consistency. If you're starting from 0 right now, understand this. 0 isn't failure. 0 is flexibility. 0 means no bad habits baked into a portfolio. 0 means you can build correctly from day 1. Daniel didn't need a bull market. He needed a framework. If this breakdown helped clarify your next move, subscribe. Because in the next deep dive, I'll break down exactly how to structure your first $100,000 portfolio once you hit that milestone. And if you're currently at phase 1, tell me in the comments which stage you're in. Building wealth isn't about where you start. It's about whether you build deliberately.